All right, so we're down here on the wood line here. So we just walked from just about right here down. Let me shut off the fence here. This fence does work. Premier One just quit making this style, and I haven't got the next one up. So this is the drivable sheep net. This is the one we really like. We just hook up to it with just a clamp, which comes off of the hot side, and then this is grounding rods in the ground here. We just run two of them, a little jumper cable between them. So we've had the sheep out here about a week now. They started here, then we moved them right there, back over there. Last night I came out here and moved them. This was as thick as this back here. All this was. So we came through here, let the sheep go in here for a day, and then we come through and cut everything off that we don't want. And then we pile it up. Okay, and then we'll burn this in the winter and then spread it back out. We don't put any nails, any type of junky paint on our boards or anything like that. Only good clean wood that we burn. All right, they're gonna be loud. The bugs and mosquitoes are bad out here. So I put them in here yesterday, like I said last night, and they've eaten pretty much everything. Like I said, it was this thick where you couldn't see through it, and now it's gone. So we'll end up moving them again today, probably here in about an hour. And then what I'll do is I'll go back to the shop, grab my chainsaw and my brush cutters, and come out here, and all these little popples that are right here, we'll actually cut those down, lay them on the ground. The sheep will eat those, and then we'll pile them back up again. So it doesn't take them long to go through this, and then they'll break off this stuff. They break off what they can and then eat the rest of it. So these are our last little ones, still on mom. Not for long though, another week or two. She'll kick them off. This is also the start. Some of our trees are marked. When I first started maple syrup, it was just easier to mark them. I didn't have quite the eye for it that I do now. So this is kind of the starting area. So we got about 10 to 20 trees right here. Here's another one that we tap. And then back, if you go down this way, there's a trail and it curves, and there's about 150 to 300 trees, somewhere in there between the last 10 acres over there. So these sheep are breeders. They'll breed with the male that we have up there. Only the non-black and white ones, because those were born this year. So we'll sell off these other two females, and then we'll actually probably put the male in with our other males, and that will be our stuff we sell to our customers. So we do have a couple oak trees that pop up every now and then, but these ones aren't gonna make it because of how big the rest of the canopy is. So we'll cut these down as well. The sheep are listening. And then that way they won't take any of the nutrients, because they're not going to make it anyways. Even like this tall one, it might make it, but probably not, because we have oak trees that are going to grow 20 feet taller, and then there's some other trees that are blocking the early morning sun. So we'll probably cut those out of there too. And the bottom of it looks kind of beat up, so the sheep will enjoy eating the leaves off of that. So this is the sheep area. We have, let's see, two nets. These are 100-foot each. So we just try to wind them around. They get hung up a little bit. When we first started, we only had a couple nets. So we would have to slowly move them, pick up one piece of the net, move it. Hopefully the sheep don't get out, and then put them back in and move the next part. Now what we do is we have 6 or 7. We put 2 or 3 of them in the ground, pick up the next ones, and continue on. So it'll make it a lot easier because these nets will literally catch on every little stick, branch, piece of bark on a tree, and all it's going to do is make you extremely frustrated. Trust me when I say that. So it doesn't take them long to strip the leaves off of a branch. And they definitely are pick and choose. They don't like the ferns, but the ferns aren't gonna do anything. The ferns just get knocked down. So the rest of this is what I want out of here. This buckthorn is something to be desired. So we try to get that as much out of here as we can. And then a popple. We cut this 3 years ago. We started cutting in here. So all these popples have grown up this much in 3 years. So it, we'll see if I can push this one over. It doesn't take them long. The popple we do use for our, like I said, our mushrooms, but we wouldn't be able to use this many. It would be just out of control if we use this many. So I'm not worried about knocking down a few little popple. There'll be 100 more that pop up in this same area. So it's better just to let them have it, and then well, you gotta watch out. Let them have it, and then keep the ones you actually want to. There's no sense in keeping, 50 trees when there's 2 really good ones. So cut out the ones that are not very desirable, and then keep the really good ones. Obviously, trees that are all jagged and bumpy like this aren't real great. Of course, looks like at some point it got, a tree fell on it or lightning or something, so this one's dying. So get rid of this one and keep this nice straight one. So that way there, this one has a lot better chance, and it'll make better lumber maybe down the road, or for sure for us, maple syrup. So, all right, that is the lambs and ewes, and we will take a little walk through our wooded area for our maple syrup, and then we'll call it for the day, and then I can get back to regular chores. All right, moving on.